Yeah, welcome back, folks. Episode
Welcome.
18 of the Wrinkled podcast. My name is Morgan. The gentleman to my, I turned the right way. To my, what is that, right? This is Hunter,
Yes.
aka Sir Squatch.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh God! Don't look at that, folks. You're not meant to see that. All right, we're back to our normal programming.
Here we go.
I mean, first and foremost, just hopefully everyone who's suffering from the Maui fire, just
Yeah.
I hope everyone's all right. I've seen videos of that, and it just looks brutal. I mean, people floating in the water, not able to go home or go on land because they just have to wait it out floating there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope just everyone's all right.
Yeah. It's not good. You know, it's now as of today, this became the most deadliest fire in US history, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're doing everything they can over there. Like I said, donate if you can. You know, it's bad. You know,
Yeah,
it's just one of those things that you don't think happens in a place like that until it does. You know.
yeah, it's God. I felt like watching it. That was something you'd see in California, just because it's such a norm here.
Yeah.
But when I saw the video, it's like, oh, this is in Hawaii. It's like, what? So yeah, again, hopefully everyone's all right. I assume, in the coming days they'll probably get the National Guard probably sent over there to help with like search and rescue and all that.
Yeah, I imagine. I was reading that they are requesting DNA samples to help identify any bodies that may be found, just due to the nature, obviously, it is a fire, so remains are going to be harder to identify, harder to process, so they're asking for DNA samples again to help, speed up the process of identification.
Right, and I'm sure they'll probably have like individuals come in to help verify like after the fact and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think today I read, or I know Abby was saying, like right now their priority is trying to restore electricity.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that makes sense. You got to, get the grid going to make sure everyone who's still alive stays that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, now that we have everyone who's here good to go, now let's go find anyone who's missing.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, like I said, somber news, unfortunately. Like I said, as of today, 93 people reported dead, which was up from, I think, last Monday. It was like around 30-ish or so.
Yeah, it's climbed a couple dozen each day.
Yeah. So, which, again, puts it worse than the fire earlier, like 5 years ago in California.
Yeah, the
was it
Paradise.
the Paradise, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, is just, that one was 80 something people. This is 90 something. I mean, it seems to be getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
They're estimating the damage at about $6 billion, which
That's
is, again, the
crazy.
largest natural disaster in the state's history. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. Hawaii is one of those, at least growing up in California and like America, Hawaii is that like tourist vacation destination.
Yeah.
You don't really associate those places with natural disasters. And maybe it's just me, but growing up, you always hold those vacation destinations as like on a pedestal compared to where you live. So it's like, oh, everything's great there. Everything's amazing. And then something like this comes in and it's like, whoa. Okay, it's just like everywhere. Like it's just as vulnerable. Shit can go wrong in an instant. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, it's, I know that's a big thing recently, especially these past couple of years, is trying to stop the tourism from occurring to Hawaii, because it's just the issues that they're getting there with the ocean and the reefs. Again, the housing, overpopulation of the islands, stuff like that. I know that's a kind of a separate topic from, what's going on, but it seems to just Hawaii seems to be just getting hurt worse and worse every single year. I know it's just one of those places that kind of like you mentioned, like as a kid, you're like, man, Hawaii would be nice to go to,
Yeah.
or like some Caribbean place somewhere. But uh, obviously in the States, it's like Hawaii. And like I said, we're from California. Hawaii's right there.
Right.
It doesn't take much to go there. But
Yeah, I know a large part of their like economy rests on tourism in terms of the
mhm,
revenue, which that's dangerous for everyone who's not a tourist who lives
yeah,
there. So when, a big portion of your state's funding and infrastructure is built around tourism, it's like that gets really risky because there's a lot of people who live there who aren't tourists.
yeah,
So, yeah, that gets dangerous. But hopefully, again, it's been, dude, I'm just really glad they got the fire out.
yeah. I think they're saying if that went and got loose even further, they could have been twice as bad, three times as bad. Like I said,
Right.
all that land over there is so lush. It's easy for that stuff to kind of burn through pretty quickly. So
Right. Well, like I said, hope everyone's all right. Hope your family members are okay and get found.
yeah,
And yeah, I know, like I said, hopefully in the next coming week and whatnot, we'll see aid go out, National Guard, Red Cross, whatever.
yeah,
Um, no, switching to a slightly more, well, a very surprising note. 8 hours ago, the Barbie movie clocked at $1.18 billion
yeah.
globally.
I saw it was like 500 million domestic or something like that. I'm like, that's
Bro,
crazy.
that is
Um,
insane.
I mean, movie of the summer. You know, uh,
I
honestly, I think it's just the marketing and actors involved and all that good stuff. I think honestly, just it sets the tone. You
Yeah.
know, it feels like the second coming of like summer movies again. Because I feel like
Yeah.
for the longest time, like you hear summer blockbuster, you think a big film, but it's just like it's a smaller like whatever. It doesn't really the tone I feel is different. I think now, like I said, same weekend we had Barbie and Oppenheimer. A couple weeks before that, we had Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
We're getting back to the summer blockbuster, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, that was actually like a summer vibe movie. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's good. But yeah, oh my God, when she read that off, like it crossed a billion. I'm like, huh? It was at what, 140
And
when
fun
we first
fact,
talked about it?
the director, yeah, yeah, it was like no 170, I think it was. So my day 180, I think. The director Greta Gerwig, she's from Sacramento, so
Wow.
shouts out to Greta. And come on
Yeah.
the podcast.
The sack pride. We have pride in the sack. Go Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
We're gonna get Greta on. She's gonna talk about the production process. How
dude,
she,
that'd be sick. Dude, that'd be
dude,
fucking sick.
I know that'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Developing the Barbie movie.
Oh
How to
God.
please the nostalgia folks while also bringing in a new crowd. God, that could be great. Listen, I'm gonna do some emailing.
Furious typing occurs.
That's right.
Uh,
Oh
yeah,
man, that's
it's a
that's
big
awesome.
big hit.
Yeah, I never want movies to go away
No,
ever.
never.
So
Absolutely
I
not.
don't care if it's a movie I've seen or if it's not my thing. I never care because as long as movies keep making money and they keep putting out good stuff, people are going to keep watching them and they're going to keep making them. And
Yeah.
I'm all for it because I love cinema.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's the biggest cure right now to like the comic book, the superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? I think something like this that is just like you said, it has the mix of nostalgia, it has the new factor to it. It's got actors that we know, actors that we love. I think it's something that it kind of came from left field. Like I think people were imagining it was going to do good, but I think there's just a certain amount of love for Barbie. Like even as a a boy growing up, my sister had Barbies, my sister's friends had Barbies. It's like you kind of associate your childhood with Barbie,
Dude, it's huge. Barbie and GI Joe, that was it.
Yeah,
And then there's always like Power Rangers, Transformers, whatever. But
yeah. I was a Transformers kid.
I was the gap from when it moved from Barbie to Bratz,
Mm,
and it was like, oh, this is like Diet Barbie.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, because they're trying to like spunk it up,
Yeah,
give them
which,
like more looks. Yeah, I
hey,
get it.
more power to them. But yeah, I remember that kind of gap. But yeah, man, it's awesome. Like I said, more cinema, more movies, more ideas.
Yes.
Just bring it all. Yeah, it's kind of like games. Like even the smallest studios with the weirdest ideas. Again, Stray, you play as a cat. Who would want to play that? A lot of people.
And yeah, and like that's the thing though is like they marketed towards our generation. You know what I'm saying? Parents, fuck, uh, adults with no kids who have pets as replacements. You know what I'm saying? They market that, and like it's smart. Like I said, the list of games that I love that have little to no recognition in like the gaming space is huge. Like I said, just because you don't know about it or you never played it or whatever doesn't mean it's not a good game. It's just it's not in your realm.
Right.
You know.
But even again, it's the same thing with cinema. Like even if you're not into that type of game, you want it to do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Always.
if it's a good game, then that encourages more of that, more games that are going to pull elements from that to incorporate into their own to make a more quality product. And speaking of games, today's sponsor is the subscribe button,
Yeah.
which you can play well, I guess technically you can only play it once.
18 episodes a day.
That's right. You can go and you can play the subscribe button once, but then you can
with
play the
one-
like button multiple times. Every time you see a
True.
video, that's a video game that you don't even have to work. It's not like a Soulsborne game. It's not, Elden Ring or Dark Souls or anything. You're always going to beat the boss, which is the
It's
like
not
button.
the Lion King game for Super Nintendo.
Exactly. It's not the Superman 64. Like, you just go in, you click it, you automatically win 100%. You beat the level.
Exactly.
You get 3 stars. Bam. And we really appreciate it.
Hit that like button, folks.
That's right. Go down there. Just kind of tap it, rub it, maybe
Yeah,
slap it
good.
around a little.
Gonna get smacked.
Yeah, and comment some interesting stuff or I don't know, whatever's on your mind. Treat the comments like a Twitter,
Oh,
thought
please
board.
don't.
Within
Please don't.
reason.
Yeah,
Within
you know,
reason.
Yeah, all right, we got to specify because listen, those arguments on Twitter get wild.
That's true. Don't be mean. Put out good vibes. Speaking of games,
I was gonna say, speaking of great games, man,
yeah, we now have Baldur's Gate 3 basically setting a new standard
yeah,
for
it's huge.
RPGs. And have you seen the articles where they've been like, hey, don't expect
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate to be, don't expect that standard.
it's the outlier. It's not the norm. And
Yeah, it's hilarious because again, they are technically a AA studio, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so
yeah,
there
it's
are
privately owned, privately funded. Besides this newest edition of Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
both divinities were privately raised funds. The first divinity was actually a Kickstarter, I believe. So to see them go from Divinity Original Sin, Divinity Original Sin 2 to D&D license with Baldur's Gate is huge. But it just goes to show that when you create a labor of love, people will enjoy it. People will buy it.
I think that shows how good the game is that other studios are
Yeah.
fearful. Like, oh, I can already see it. 5 seconds into a trailer or like 1
Yeah.
minute into a new game, I've seen enough. Baldur's Gate 3 is better.
Yeah.
And
all I need to
it's
know.
it's sad that studios think that's gonna fly. Like, hey, don't expect it to be this. And it's like, it's not about it being as good a game. It's about why it's as good a game. Yeah, the story, the gameplay, all that is interesting if you're into that type of thing. But there's no games as a service.
Nope.
There's no, hey, buy this DLC immediately when you purchase the game because we didn't give you the whole thing. Like, there's no unnecessary microtransactions.
Yep.
Just do that.
It is just a video game.
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Like, you play it, you have fun. Yeah, it has replayability.
A huge
But
replayability.
again, it's just fun. They don't have to worry about clicking out of a microtransaction ad every time they log in.
Nope. Like I said, it is the one of the purest games I think I've played in a long time. You know, it's just your straight up RPG. You know, like I said, it reminds me of the old days of me playing Elder Scrolls 4. You know, Oblivion for the first time, staying up to like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because I just cannot put it down.
Dude, I remember like Skyrim.
Yeah,
Dude,
Skyrim was great.
I never finished it. Just I feel like as I played it, something else came out that probably captured my attention. But dude, Skyrim was one of those, like, there was so much to do. You could go anywhere. You could just do whatever you wanted.
Yep.
And it was amazing. Abby actually the other day, she's like, you know what? I want to be able to, like, you know, if I'm playing a game, I want to be able to go and look at like different kinds of genres, but my Switch, the store is so limited. I'm like, yeah, I mean, sounds like you need, you know, maybe one of those Steam Decks that the one that I have, or like an ROG Ally or something that allows you to play PC games because there's so many more options. She's like, yeah, you know what? I think I want one of those. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make you an account and we're gonna buy Baldur's Gate just out of principle.
That's dope.
Like, yeah, it's.
I know. I have some more numbers on that too for Baldur's Gate. So last week when we talked about it, like I said, we were both a couple hours into the first act.
We thought we were 8 to 10. Turns out we were like 24 hours in.
Yeah, like I said, it's the time flies when you're
Yeah.
having fun. You know, we did a little bit more over the week. Like I said, we both also have separate saves that we've been running through. I'm deep into my character, so. But last week I reported we had 789,000 players. That was the peak last Sunday when we recorded.
Right.
With a 91.5% positive views over the course of the week, with the Metacritic ratings finally coming out, all that good stuff. It has surpassed Zelda Tears of the Kingdom as the best reviewed game of 2023 so far.
Damn.
And it added over 100,000 people to the all-time peak. So it's sitting, when I checked it on SteamDB, again right before recording, it was 875,343 people, and that was the all-time peak for the game.
Damn.
Now, I don't know about you, but this cements it as like, dude, it's such a good game.
That's,
you know,
almost 1 million concurrent players at
Yes.
once.
yes,
And they
that's
said
not-
they released a statement saying we prepared for 100,000. That is insane.
that, you know, they did a great job marketing it. You know what I'm saying? It goes to your average, you know, video game player, where again a lot of people don't like turn-based, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? But it's a little more dynamic to me, and I think that's what's a little more approachable, you know. Yeah, it's turn-based, but you have multiple players, you have multiple things. You can have a wizard, you can have a rogue, you can have a druid, you can have a fighter, you know, everything's different. You know, your spells and everything. It feels, every time you select a different, you know, in the game, you finish your turn and you go to your next character. It feels like a different character 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they could hit and whatever, but like there's spells out the wazoo, all these extra bonus things you can do, not including like items that give you different abilities, different spells, you know. Like I said, it is a phenomenal game. Like I said, after we're done, I'm gonna hop back in on my save because I'm late game, like late game,
Like past Act 2?
past Act 2.
Dang.
Yeah,
Are you
I think
are you rushing through that one and then you're gonna do extra exploring on ours?
yeah,
Or okay.
yeah,
That's
So
actually
I'm-
not a bad idea.
yeah. Because I know like Act 1, we've kind of hit. There's a few things we're missing in Act 1. I think.
I found out there's an area that's in Act 1 that feels like it's in Act 2, but it's not. It's massive. We still have a lot.
Well, yeah, we're in the Underdark. We
Which-
did. Well, I'm not gonna say what
Yeah.
we did, but
There's a whole
That's like-
part above that we haven't done yet.
because we just rescued the guy from the fire.
Oh, yeah.
We went
Oh.
to the the Zentarim guys. Yeah, like I said, there's so much, but yeah, I've been skipping like little bits and pieces, not doing every quest. You know what I'm saying? But
Just the big
um,
ones.
yeah, Act One I kind of just ran through. Because once we got to the point where we hit the forge, I was like, okay, this is where we're at in our save at the time. So I'm like, let me just do this.
Yep.
And the way that we finished that was completely separate.
Oh
Because
yeah.
remember, in our save, he uh,
Yep.
exploded.
Yep. Yep.
You know, in my save, I fought him. I actually like, meleeed.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like it's different. I didn't know that. That's what's so surprised when he was dead. I'm like, what is this guy doing
I know.
dead?
I didn't even think about the long rest shit. I'm like, oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
So
how
I've
many
been super
times?
careful in my
Yeah.
save.
How much we spent AFK?
Oh my god.
Because it's not like a normal game where you pause. If you hit escape, it just keeps going.
Right.
So, um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
man.
it's been a
great.
joy. I'm literally, as soon as I'm done with this character, I'm gonna make another one.
Yep.
When I last checked, the character I'm playing was 34 hours,
Damn.
and I feel like I've not even scratched
Yeah.
anything.
I want to make, I think, a Dark Urge next.
I was thinking the same thing, but I kind of want to do a monk, and monks really don't.
Ooh, dude, they're like Daredevil. They're just all fists.
Yeah, it's punchy and
Yep.
stabs and
Just roll up on you like Goku
yeah, pretty much. Just use the
or Baki.
oh god, oh please no, don't send pickle after me.
Dude, I've seen clips
Uh,
of that.
Yeah, the anime is ridiculous.
I need to watch it.
The OG I think has more. I think the tone is a little different than the current, but the current's not bad. It's just be prepared for a lot of like. It's just extra, man. That's just the best way I can describe it. It's
Yeah,
just
as the
extra.
show started, I kind of felt like, am I just gonna have to skip to every fight? I don't want to miss the story, but I don't know if it necessarily matters.
Some stuff is important-ish. I think with most anime, whatever. But I think that one, the fights are dope, but some of the story shit is like, it's okay to know a little bit.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it then. Um, dude, I read an article today. Apparently, Amazon is looking to start shipping without Amazon boxes and only ship it in the manufacturer shipping. So if you order it from,
Oh,
like I said, Best Buy, it'll come in the Best Buy box, and they usually put it in the Amazon box.
yeah.
They are gonna, I guess, have an option where that's the default. You can select an Amazon box for free, but default it'll come in the manufacturer box, because their thinking is if it's in a bigger Amazon box, it could be anything like
Yeah.
something expensive, so it's more likely to get stolen. Whereas if somebody can see what the actual item is from the manufacturer box, then they can tell whether it's valuable or not.
But
Uh,
like,
Yeah, that's a very like
thieves don't steal because shit's valuable. They steal because they can steal things that are left,
right.
anyway.
Yeah, I. That's like one of 100 different ways you could look at that, and I don't know if that's a good enough of a reason to do that. I mean, anything to reduce theft, I guess, is helpful.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but at the same time, I just feel it's. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm split right now. It's like something you kind of have to think about. Like on one hand, this because we never have packages stolen from our house. It's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Never heard it from the neighbors. I live in the hood, quote unquote, but it's nobody's running around fucking snatching people's shit up. It's not a thing.
Right.
I feel like that's something that's in like different neighborhoods, more affluent neighborhoods. I would say that's maybe a thing because you order something a big package, it's guaranteed to be something nice usually.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
but
true.
it just I don't know. I like the Amazon box because they're kind of like centralized, and the upcycler me is like, yeah, we could use that for something else.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Plus, it's just an added level of, because they also put like bubble wrap around the actual item. So
Yeah.
it's extra
Yeah.
protection. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I
Interesting.
feel about. I mean, again, if it cuts down theft, cool. I don't know if I have any like
I wonder if that's
personal.
something that they've like tested in like
Mm.
a certain part of the country or something. You know, say, oh, it reduced theft by 12% or something like that. I mean, like, okay, you know, they got numbers and
Yeah.
testing, but I think now they're just like, it's just probably something that they're trying to cut cost on. I feel like, you know, and I think it's just that's just the added benefit is potential for thefts to be reduced. So maybe
I mean, it'd be nice.
yes,
Yeah. Hey, quit stealing Amazon boxes out there.
yeah. If you're a thief, fucking go die in a ditch.
That could be my flushable wipes while I'm on the toilet. And you're gonna pull
Listen,
that away from me?
no. Listen, I'm telling you right now. I'm looking at you. No wipes are flushable. All right,
Hey, these
none.
ones have the little. They have a plumber on it that says "approved by plumber."
Are they the dude wipes? Because I have a
Oh, no,
package
no,
right
no,
there.
no, no, no.
Oh, okay.
They're what's like the? They're blue and green. They're like the wipe brand.
Oh,
I don't know. They have a certain one that says like plumber approved. A little picture of
yeah.
a
I
plumber.
mean, mine say, you know, flushable, but I don't put them in the toilet. Definitely not.
Damn, really?
Well, we don't have a septic tank, so it's not an issue. But if it gets clogged up to a certain point, like that's a lot of money.
Ooh, that's true.
You know,
That is true. Yeah.
like I know, like what's the meme for like apartments? Like, oh, I poured the grease down the drain because I don't own it. Like y'all are just fucking fucked up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Even though yeah, mine say flushable too, but it has like a little like cross. It's like on the back, like oh, turn over for explanation. It's just like very specific circumstance. It's like oh, okay, all right, good to know.
Barely flushable.
Yeah,
All right. All right. Oh, wow. I feel it now.
let's kick it in, Mr. Krabs.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Crab?
Who do they think they are?
So, have you seen any of the memes? And the memes are kind of true. How the government came out like what, a month ago, and it was basically like, yeah, we've had contact with aliens, and nobody
Yeah,
cared.
because here's the thing though, like it's just one of those things. God, and I hate to be that guy who's always like, but what about this? But like, yeah, motherfucker, either half the nation believed that we aliens existed, or half didn't.
Yeah.
You know, there was no like, we need evidence. It's like, no, they exist. They just don't want to fucking be here, and I don't
Yep.
blame them. You know, but the memes I've seen are like, oh,
I
it's
feel
like
like you're gonna say the same meme I'm thinking.
the one I saw was like, ain't no alien ever give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no alien ever call me this or that or whatever the case is. You know, but yeah, that shit is so fucking funny, man. I'm
The
like,
the one I saw was like government aliens are real and civilian. Cool. Where's my alien stimulus package or my
yeah,
stimulus
yeah,
check?
yeah. You know, it just feels like a distraction, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like just here's some aliens to keep you guys
Yeah.
fucking interested while the country goes to shit.
It's like a huge part of the population already kind of figured that.
Yeah, I said I'm a
And I
firm
mean,
believer in
just
aliens. So
just based on the numbers, what I don't remember what the principle is, but there's so many stars and galaxies out there that like it's more possible that there are
then there aren't.
planets where intelligent species could like happen than not. Yeah.
Yeah, because what's the one? The Fermi paradox, I think.
That's the one. Yep, that's it. No, not Fermi paradox. Yeah. Yep, that's it.
I'm gonna click on a link and it's gonna be white. Yeah, there it is. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god, that's the Oppenheimer ad.
That's what happens when you open Pinhead's box.
It's gonna blast you out of your seat.
Oh yeah, the Fermi paradox is the discrepancy between the lack of conclusive evidence of advanced extraterrestrial life and the apparently high likelihood of its existence. Yeah. As a 2015 article stated, if life is so easy, someone from somewhere must have come calling by now. So, yeah, it essentially says it's more likely to exist than not exist. Just again based off the mass and
And the
the
paradox
scope of the
place,
universe.
or the paradox part of it is, where are they? Like,
Yeah. Why
they
haven't they come to
there's
us?
so many, there have to be some. So where are they at?
Like, yeah. Now we're getting to like types of levels of civilizations and whatnot, and
Yeah, and
you
whether
know,
they've moved past like that barrier from
yeah,
like 3 to 4. Yeah,
yeah,
that stuff's
FTL and
yeah.
all that good stuff. So
Hey man,
I get it. Yeah, it's just like I said. Everybody knew.
if
Everyone knows fucking aliens existed. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you believe in aliens, motherfucker. That's just facts. You don't see him, but you know he's there, motherfucker. I don't see him, but I know he's there. The alien. He's
wait,
watching,
what
looking.
if
He's
what
right.
if what if Jesus was like a hyper powerful shape shifting alien? Like, okay, what's Clark's, what is it, second law or third law? Any uh like any, oh God, what is it? Oh, hold on. Any sufficiently advanced technology is
Oh,
indistinguishable from
from
magic.
Matt. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So like water into wine, that
Mm.
would look like magic. It could be like nanobots in his bloodstream, you know?
But the question is why? Were they just like playing a joke and it got too far?
Maybe it's, I mean, maybe it's like Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy. He came to a planet
Oh,
and he fell in love and realized there's more to humanity than he thought.
that's what we said. Hey guys, watch this. You guys want to get drunk?
And then he fell in love and, he hooked up with some human chick and was like, whoa.
I imagine he was just like, "Hey, I got to practice like my magic on like a lower tier species," you know. So he like grabs like a cup and like tips it over to his buddies, and they're like, "Dude, we see that all the time." It's like, "You watch, you'll see." Go down,
Just
fucking,
wait, just wait.
yeah, watch this, guys, bam, and you guys will get fish and bread. It's like, yeah, they'll fucking eat anything, man.
Oh God. All right. If we ever, like, aliens come down one day in a ship and greet us all, what would you, of all of the cinema or video game or anything, any sort of depiction of aliens,
Not want them to be or to be.
what would you want? Not want them is aliens from Alien vs Predator.
Well, there's one more. Okay, the aliens from A Quiet Place,
Fair. Oh
because those
no,
motherfuckers are scary, dude.
no, I. The aliens
Fuck
from Alien
that.
vs Predator are worse for me because they're smarter, and
Well, to be fair, okay, all right, we're getting a little bit of lore.
they don't
To be
have
fair,
weaknesses. The ones from Quiet Place can't swim, and they're weak to sound. What
yeah,
the aliens ones, they're
they're only the aliens. The xenomorphs are only intelligent based off of what they evolve from. You know. So in this case, like if a facehugger gets a human, yeah, it's gonna have a higher intelligence. But if it gets a dog, it's just gonna be like a dog. You know, the
that's
intelligence
fair.
is they take like the best piece
Right.
from, you know, whatever they assimilate essentially.
But if they came from space
I'm
in their
down.
own
I'm
space,
I don't know.
they're intelligent enough. Okay, but if it was a good, like, what would you want them to be?
I mean,
And we can consider like the species from Dungeons and Dragons because they're probably from another dimension. Like Lae'zel is like a Githyanki from a different dimension, right? Or like a different
yeah,
something. So
the astral plane.
yeah,
That's a good question.
Kryptonians or
I mean, if we're going by like some certain lore from some certain things, orcs are technically from space.
but would you want orcs?
I mean, listen, I'll be sick as fuck because then in this timeline we evolved to Warhammer 40K. You know what I'm saying? And then we're there. You know, I could be a Custodes, bro. I mean, it would have to be something like I don't know why. The first thing that came to my head was Critters. I don't know if you know that movie Critters.
I haven't watched it.
They're like it's so bad. It's one of those like, but it's so good at the same time. It's a shitty horror movie from the '80s, but it's like these small little. They look like little Furbies, but more round with like sharper like quills on them. And then they're like the first movie they terrorize like a family and a farm and shit.
Right.
I don't know why that's what I thought of first, but those would be awful too because they have like an insatiable appetite. They always eat and kill shit. I mean, it'd have to be like ET or something like that, right? Or like Star Wars species. Would you count that?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like Vulcans from Star Trek, because chances are they're going to be more advanced than us. So they're going to
Yeah,
jump our civilization forward.
that's true.
And then hopefully I'll get to live to the point where I can go into space in a starship in the USS McMillan. The USS Chungus. I want my own ship.
Oh my god, USS Chungus. It just it does as it flies through space, just goes and then when it lands, it goes what up, Knock to the dock that it's landing
Instead
to.
of the disc, it's got like the small head, and then Chungus is out.
Jesus. Sounds like the worst fucking ship I've ever heard of. Man. Holy shit. Vulcans would be dope.
Yeah.
But God, it would. I would feel like that would be like, on one hand, a super smart decision. On the other hand, not a super smart decision.
No.
You know, because Vulcans are like super smart, but they're like 3 times as strong as a human,
Yeah.
and with like 5 times the mental capacity or something like that. Like, I just feel like I don't know.
But they're
Something
not.
that's just
It's like violence and emotion is kind of against their.
yeah, exactly.
So
they're not cruel to.
yeah.
I guess that makes sense. What about the Daleks from Doctor Who?
Oh man, If you're gonna go Doctor Who, I'd say the Time Lords.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty fucking sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
So I know you saw the Lord of the Rings and Magic collab.
Yeah,
They're not
I
out
got 'em
yet,
right here.
but they are doing a Doctor Who,
Yeah,
and I saw, dude, they look.
I did see that.
There's a David Tennant one, and I'm like,
Listen, man.
Matt Smith is the best, but
Still, no.
I do.
Don't even go there. Listen, I love Matt Smith. He's great. But nobody beats David Tennant, man. It's just it don't happen.
he's okay. He's good, and maybe I'm not gonna say he's any worse than Matt Smith. Matt Smith's way he plays it, I like better. So David Tennant, when he's angry, he often gets like he's kind of a little loud sometimes and whatnot. Matt Smith has that like
Yeah, it's the quiet.
silent, yeah, like
Yeah,
he's sitting there deciding whether he wants to kill you or not, and you can just feel it from his glare. I like that a lot more.
yeah. I think that's one thing I do like from, because he's the 11th Doctor, right? Matt Smith. Is that quote, that I think comes up in his seasons, is when a good man goes to war.
Yep.
You know, I think that it extremely applies to his Doctor.
I mean,
because like you said,
No, go for it.
when David Tennant's Doctor is mad, he's very like boisterous and kind of like out, and he shows it. Even Peter Capaldi's is kind of the same way. He'll raise his voice, and he'll kind of be more whatever. Yeah, Matt Smith is just very reserved. You know what I'm saying? Because his default is the jokey, like, haha, let's have fun. But when you see him like kind of quiet down, or like his eyes will shift or something, like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like he gets it. He gets it.
Again, you can just feel the tension, like, oh shit, what's about to happen? I mean, I think that's the name of the episode where he rescues Amy, is when a good man goes to war.
Yeah.
The quote, oh, there's no reason to be afraid of, good men. They have too many rules. And he's like, good men don't need rules. And now is not the day to find out why I have so many.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoo, man.
Like I said, they just he's a stone cold killer.
Yeah.
I do like Matt Smith's Doctor. I would say it's Tennant, Smith, the ninth Doctor.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He was only there for a season, but
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, man. He's so good. But Capaldi's good too, man.
I like
Capaldi.
I think I'd switch that. I'd Smith, Tennant, Capaldi, and then him. Because
Capaldi's very good.
yeah, I like Capaldi. Again, he's got that kind, like
Yeah.
when he's fighting somebody, but he knows he doesn't have to fight them. He knows they've lost. It's hope. Like certain situations, he's got that empathy and kindness of like, listen, you're beaten. You were beaten 10 steps ago. I'm just going to show you mercy and show you a better way.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, like again, when Clara has that crow thing, she
Mhm.
technically
Yeah.
dies, and he's just like, "I will burn this universe unless you fix this." It's like, whew,
God, what an episode that was too. Man.
yeah.
I hate Doctor Who when it does that shit to me. God damn it. I hate it so
Rips
much.
your soul out. It's like,
That one, the one with Tennant where they're on the Mars base. The first colony, the
dude,
first human colony on Mars.
the
That episode
water
just
of Mars.
breaks my heart, dude.
Yep. That
Yeah.
one. I mean, of course, when he gets separated from Rose, but I hate
Rose.
Dude, Amy, the last episode of Smith where Amy and what's his name get taken by the
Rory.
angels. Yeah.
That shit hurts too, man. That shit hurts.
As well as when he goes from Smith to Capaldi, and his last vision as he's changing is Amy walking down,
Yeah.
and she's like, "It's time to
Man,
sleep."
That show really just breaks your heart.
It
man.
does, and it always finds creative ways. Like, fuck. It tears your soul out. Worse than Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna have to go back. Oh God, dude. So listen, every motherfucker who ever heard of Stark, you're dead to me. I don't, actor or not, I don't care, man. I hate you. All right, you took Ned Stark from me, goddammit. You took Ned. You took Rob. I mean, John
Disrespected John. Like, he did what was necessary that nobody else could, and they threw him on the wall for it.
Yeah, my favorite scene with John is where he gets elected the leader of the Night's Watch, and he tells that one guy, the city captain.
Yep.
He tells him, "Hey, you gotta go to that other place to help secure it or something." He's like, "I'm not gonna do your fucking bidding, bastard," or something like that. And then John asks him again. Are you denying an order? He goes, "Go fuck yourself," or something like that. And then he goes, "Ollie, get my sword." And you see the dude kind of like start to panic.
Yeah.
He's like,
because like
they
people start
don't
to
think
get
they
up.
have it in him. Yeah, they don't think they have it in him. He doesn't have it in him, But people are really don't understand that this motherfucker was under Ned Stark. Like, he held the North for how long? They said he was Robert's right hand in Robert's Rebellion. Like, it's just you don't. I
You
get
fight
it 'cause
young, so
yeah.
John has already seen a lot
Exactly.
more than the people on the wall.
I know. I don't know a whole lot about like the story and shit, but I know people say he's like one of the top like 5 fighters at Westeros at the time of Game of Thrones, or something like that. Until like people die or people come in or whatever the case is.
I mean,
yeah.
he goes to the wall and basically just schools everyone because he was in, Winterfell was one of the kingdoms where they could afford to have like a sword master.
Exactly.
And so he was taught how to fight, and he went out hunting. And again, his father was, again, Ned Stark, he who, what is it? He who puts forth the sentence, carries the sword.
He who passes the sentence must swing the sword.
Right. And it's like, again, he's learning that stuff from watching it. So, yeah, he goes to the wall and just
It's such a fucking
owns
badass.
everyone. Yeah.
Listen, dude, when like I said, I didn't watch a show until last year for the first time
After
House of Dragons.
yeah.
Because the longest time for me, everything I heard about Game of Thrones was like, it's this and that, and the other thing, and there's like a lot of violence, and I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of violence, like when it comes to shows and shit, I feel like there's usually better ways to tell a story. That's why I don't really care for Invincible or The Boys. They're not my thing. I've tried a couple episodes of both. Can't really get into them. I know somebody's gonna shit on me for that, but that's not my thing. But after House of Dragons, I'll give it a chance. Because House of Dragons was great, and there was a lot of violence in that one too.
Yeah.
But it had more of the the intrigue, like the political shit to it, which I like.
Okay. Yeah,
like rights to kingdoms, and no spoilers, but like shit, like I love that side of fantasy story.
Yeah, all the
because somebody's
odes.
always
Yeah.
exactly somebody's always going to want a piece of what you got. Like I said, I think that was done very well. So I was like, fuck it, people at work were like, yeah, just watch it, just watch it. Dude, I finished all 8 seasons of that show in like 2 weeks. I would wake up, binge an episode or two before I would go to bed, binge an episode or two. When I was off, I would watch 8 episodes a day. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I went through the first 2 seasons in a day. I'm like, dude, I get why people binge this shit because it is a very good show.
And that
You know.
that intro, oh
Oh,
my
I would skip it
god.
every time. The only times I didn't skip it was the very first episode and the very last episode.
And it's just as good every time. Like that tune, that bum 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 bum.
Yeah, it's iconic as shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah. And I remember I watched it I think up until season 3 or 4 because that was all that was out at the time, and then I didn't watch any of it for years and then went back and finished it.
Mhm.
And people, oh, it's amazing until the very end, and I'm like, there's no way it can tank off a cliff that quick.
Yeah.
And man, it really does. It's like really aggressive, like, oh,
Yeah. I think, you know, I'm not 100% sure of the reason. I know partially the directors, David, and they call him D&D. I can't remember the actual name, David something and David something or whatever. I think it's because at the time they were being rumored to be as the new directors for Star Wars sequels, like 3 movies. So they wanted to get that done and work on that. But after like season 7 and 8 got like terrible reception, I think Disney like just cut their losses at the time. Where just like, oh man,
who would have
So
thought
it-
you rush something and it turns out shit.
yeah, because the show absolutely was like not a masterpiece, but it was a solid like 5 seasons straight of fucking just heat.
Yeah, with
You
with
know?
the goal of a show to make you want to watch more, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was it was addicting. It was how I feel playing Baldur's Gate, and then when I know I need to stop,
Mhm.
like, you know what, it's been 12 hours. Maybe I should go to bed. But you know what? There's a monster right there. Maybe not. So, yeah. It
Listen,
was-
I'm a little side note into my life. At this moment, one of the discords I'm in has been hacked.
by
If any of you guys are in the Animal Crossing New Horizons Discord, it's been hacked. I'm getting just no. I have to shut it off. Oh my god, this is crazy.
what are they doing?
They're sending out a bunch of notifications. They're saying like this one says Animal Crossing 2 is out. Jesus Christ. This is a nightmare, man. Holy shit. I mean, I muted it, but yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Goes to show. I know there was something in one of the other. Okay, all right. Again, a little fucking peek. Back when Animal Crossing came out, like March of 2020, it fucking took over. You know what I'm saying? People were playing that shit like crazy and, you know, all that good stuff. But obviously, this is like the first major Animal Crossing game to come out in like the online, like console era. Like the other ones on the DS kind of had some of that functionality, but not as big. This shit, like, there's a whole situation for where you can, on Sundays, there's a character that sells turnips, and if you buy them at a certain price, you could find another island that is selling his turnips for a certain price. You know, so you buy your turnips for like 80 something a piece. Somebody say, "Hey, I have a island that she's buying them for 600 a piece today." So you like give shit and be like, "Okay, I'm in line to get in the island," and shit like that. You know.
Wow.
That's why I'm still in there. I don't even know why I'm still. I don't really don't play Animal Crossing as much. I just give all my bells to my niece whenever she asks for 'em. But that's crazy. Live as recording happened, all this shit started going down.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, you know, everyone was COVID in the homes.
Dude, it's such a good game. man.
Everyone was playing it. Dude, I played it because you told me about it, and then I saw everyone play it. And I'm like, God, maybe this is. And then you play it, and it's so relaxing, and you just you fish and make your thing, and it's just You wanna again
Just chill
zone out?
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
So
Hacked the
yeah.
Discord. Wow,
Hopefully that gets resolved soon.
it's lawless out here.
Yeah. Same thing happened to, well, not same thing, but something similar with I was playing when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out like last year in December. I started playing it pretty heavily at the beginning of the year. So I was like, let me find some of the like Discords and shit like that, just to be in them. Turns out one of the Discords I was in, the fucking owner of the Discord was like a pedophile or some shit.
Oh,
I'm like, why can't I just be in a fucking server without something happening? Goddamn. Like, why is always this shit going down, man? I'm like, what the fuck?
right. You're like, really? Even this wasn't safe.
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? It tracks with, fucking the Discord shit nowadays.
I know nowhere's
So,
safe.
yeah.
It's
Just protect your fucking kids, man.
only you can protect against
Slap the
forest
shit out of your
fires.
kid. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Just yeah,
Yeah, don't.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know what's really crazy? The okay, one, it was gender reveals, which I feel like have toned down lately, but still pretty crazy. Dog birthdays.
Dude, I will never get it.
Me
I'll
neither.
never.
Me neither. My girlfriend is a huge, like, the dogs are her baby. She wants to spoil them to the end of time.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Have fun. Me, I'm just sitting here like, that dog doesn't know what a birthday is. They don't know what's going on. It's like throwing a 1-year-old's like a birthday, like a 1-year-old baby. They don't know what's going on. They can't unwrap the presents. They're not going to remember this.
No.
What?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Somebody comment. Explain it.
Like,
What?
I get it.
Tell
You love your
me.
dog. I love my dogs. I'm sure everyone here loves their animals.
Right.
I can't remember where we got this motherfucker, where his birthday was. He was a dog that we fucking found on the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, hey, motherfucker, what's your birthday? So next year when you're older, I can get you some shit. It's like, motherfucker, just feed the motherfucker, give him his pets, give him his washes, take his firm shots, and get his nails trimmed and clipped. He's good. He chilling.
Yep.
I don't even like celebrating my birthday, let alone fucking my dogs.
Yeah.
So
Fair. I don't get it, but I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things. I eat a cheeseburger on the day that Tony Stark died for Endgame.
yeah,
Like, I have it set in my calendar every year. So
yeah. It's. I mean, it's like, I get it. It's stuff like that. It's like, important to you, whatever the case is. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I love my dogs. I treat them super well. But his job is dog.
yep.
His payment is to live in my house and me buy that motherfucker food and he eats and survives. That's his payment. You don't need a birthday, man.
We put the two pups out on the deck. They like to run around and like look down because we're on the top floor.
Mm.
And I closed the screen. Venus, recently she learned, she taught Pua how to do it. She'll just like nose it and throw it open. I'm like, you're not paying rent?
That's what
Why
I'm
are you
saying.
slamming doors open? It's like,
Shit's crazy, bro. You sleeping all day, fucking barking when somebody's 12 miles away. God damn it.
I wipe your ass, like I pick up your shit. You just
It's a
lay
strange
here.
world we live in, man. Strange world.
But yeah, man, dog birthdays, I don't get it.
Same. Never have, never will.
Yeah. But I mean, she enjoys doing it, so
Yeah, I think that's the trade-off.
Yeah. Yep.
When the girlie wants it, it's like, okay, we got to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
so
doesn't hurt me any. So
no, I get it.
yeah.
So you know how we were talking about aliens
Yep.
earlier, and which ones you would not want or would want to,
Yeah.
if it were from another universe or something like Speaking of, they're adding Alien to the Dead by Daylight video game.
Oh, oh,
So I was freaking out about it on Tuesday when they put out the public test build of the game. Kind of did a little, they have it for like a week or two to kind of nail out some of the bugs and let people kind of play and test out any crazy interactions with the new perks or the new killer or whatever. Can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait. Alien is like one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So I'm very excited. The survivor is Ellen Ripley. We get the xenomorph. I'm so interested. I can't wait.
that's gonna be good.
So,
God, it's probably been over a year since I've played that, and a killer like that is just what I needed to like hop back in.
yeah, honestly. I know the past few killers have been a little lackluster, but with this one, and supposedly there's another big license coming out after this one. So maybe I'm thinking Chucky around Halloween time.
That's not a bad idea.
That's one that's been brainstorming.
You know what they could do is the Jeepers Creepers.
Listen, I'm down for
I mean,
fucking anything.
that'd be kind of
like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
The one that I've always wanted to see was because they have Michael Myers,
Yeah.
which is already a John Carpenter. I would like them to get the Thing personally.
Oh, the thing for, like the Arctic thing. Yeah.
That would be
I
amazing.
forgot about that. Dude, that especially the remake, just the way that they're able to I know the old one has its charm, but oh, dude.
The old one is always at the top for like greatest horror movies of all time.
Really?
It's such a good film, honestly, and I'm right there with it.
It's just the thing is terrifying. Like the movie isn't scary. The creature.
Yeah.
Because
it gave us the zombie issue years ago, where it's like you can't trust anybody because the unease of every situation that you could be putting yourself into. Could this person be bitten? Could they be here to hurt you? You know what the case is. And in the case of the Thing, it's a fucking alien crash landed in the Arctic. Yeah, exactly. Who could take anybody's form, anything's form. They could say whatever it wants to you to get you to believe it. You could, yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
that would be super duper dope. I don't think it's the Thing, but a man can dream.
Major. I mean, they haven't done what is it? Freddy Krueger and Jesse. They've done Freddy Krueger.
No, they have Freddy.
Yeah, but they don't have. That's his name, right? Jesse.
Jason?
That's it. God.
I'm like, who the fuck is Jesse?
Jason Voorhees. That's it. That's
Voorhees,
it.
yeah.
God. Hey, listen, I'm tired.
No, I get yeah, more than tired.
I was like Johnson.
Yeah, there's so many killers they could do, but yeah, Alien. I think this is the biggest one they've gotten so far. I think maybe besides because they have the Ring Girl on Rio.
Oh yeah, and they have.
I think that's big. Yeah, well, not anymore. They took it off the marketplace. Yeah, because Netflix was trying to do something with their video game thing, and they're like, oh, we gotta, that's why there's no Stranger Things like anywhere else, like game wise.
Interesting.
You can still, if you have them, you can still play them, but they cannot be bought currently. So
interesting.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because people really like the Demogorgon, and obviously there's Nancy, Steve, and then Nancy. What's Nancy's boyfriend's name?
Steve.
No, but after.
I haven't finished it.
What's Will's brother?
Oh God.
Jonathan Byers.
There we go.
Yeah.
The cameraman.
Yeah, the freak.
Yep. The freak.
Yeah, that's a huge license for them. So I'm hoping if we get Predator, dude, I'm gonna.
Oh my God, I love the Predator.
Yeah,
I've never played a game where I played as a Predator and was disappointed.
True.
Like just how it felt.
Oh man, what was that one that came out like years ago, like Concrete Jungle, I think it was.
The one where we played in New York?
Yeah.
Yep. And the one after that, it came out on PS3.
Yeah,
You
Concrete Jungle.
you could play the campaign as the Predator or the Alien.
Yeah, it's AVP 2, I think.
Is it? But you could also play as like a human in a squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's AVP 2,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
because it had all 3 storylines.
Yep. Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, that one was very solid.
And then this last one, the multiplayer one, was kind of It was very
Hunting
Yeah,
Grounds. Yeah, dude, I just like I get what they're going for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it's so hard with these asymmetrical games, you know, the 4v1s or whatever the case is to balance, and you have to yeah, it's just the whole thing. So
Yeah.
that's why Evolve failed. I'm surprised Dead by Daylight has not
God, Evolved.
one of the greatest games of our generation, man. For
God.
like a while earlier this year, I think they turned the servers back on, like February, March-ish, I think.
God, they need
So
to
people could
keep-
actually find matches and shit. But then after a while, they just kind of turned it back off again. So you could still do like peer-to-peer hunts, but yeah, there's a whole server for it. I'm in the server every now and then. I'll hop out and I'm like, yeah, I want to play this game.
Dude,
you know,
it's so good. Oh my God.
I love that game. I absolutely love that game.
It was such a cool idea too.
Yeah, you know, something that's continuously evolving. You know, at the start, you're always on its tail, and then as it gets stronger and bigger, it's harder to fight. You know, I do love that game.
Oh,
So
hopefully somebody takes it and I don't know, calls it Revolve or something.
well, the guys who made that game, Turtle Rock, ended up making that Back for Blood, Left 4 Dead style game. You know, the game was fun, but it's not Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. That was all right. Oh, dude, Starfield comes out in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Starfield, the Phantom Liberty DLC for Cyberpunk as well.
Ooh. And then
what-
Baldur's Gate 3 comes out on PS5 the same day as Starfield.
yeah, what was it, August 5th, right?
September 1st if
Or-
early access, and then September 6th if not.
That's right. Yeah. I forgot we're in August right now.
Yep. With a boing.
Yeah, Phantom Liberty comes out September 26th.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that. That's one of the ones that I have to go back and I'll make a new character that'll just take through, you know, through the DLC.
God, it's going to be hard to pull away from Baldur's Gate.
I mean, I think by that time, hopefully, you know, we'll kind of be done and, you know, like I said, I plan on at least doing, well, I hope we can, at that time, we can finish our campaign together.
Right.
But I plan on doing at least one more with a separate character after my other characters.
Right. Yeah. I know. Oh. Fuck. And then Starfield. Oh. I hope it's good. I hope
it's good. Yeah, listen, man, it's gonna be Fallout in space, which I'm not opposed to.
Neither am I.
But the track record, I mean, with 76 and how well I mean, it actually is playing pretty good now, from what I understand. A lot of good DLCs, a lot of good updates to the game, changes, but it's just people wanted one thing and got another thing. You know, nobody asked for like a Fallout. People asked for Fallout multiplayer, but not Fallout games as a service multiplayer. You know, I think that's the problem. But I mean, apparently it plays pretty good now. So
Oh, we'll see.
we shall.
Hoping for the best. Oh man.
True, very much.
I think it's dinner time.
Yeah,
Oh man, hey, this has been a good one.
yeah. Talked about got a lot done.
That's right. And the power outage. Glad we're back on.
Yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, go comment down
Yeah.
below. What would you least want from an alien coming to Earth? And then what would you most want?
Yes.
Do you prefer waffles over pancakes? Because they're definitely better.
Listen, it's good circumstances, man.
Listen, they hold
Just as
the
long as it's
syrup.
not French toast. Just as long as it's not French toast.
French toast is the best of all three.
It's not. And I will die. I will fucking be the. If I'm the only person who believes it in the world, I'm the only person that I cannot stand French toast.
French toast is in a whole nother tier. That's Z tier.
Yeah, no,
Pan-
yeah, Z for the bottom, 8 at the top. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
All right. What's better, folks? French toast, pancakes, or waffles? We'll pretend like they're in the same tier. And
Yeah. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
yeah, episode 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.